Good morning. We're talking about black entrepreneurship and the lack of driver's education in areas of color. If you don't know, I'm a state certified driving instructor, and this is going to be a very impactful discussion. So if you are a person of color, driver's education, Mrs. Mark. I've been teaching driver's education. You've got to have safety in the school bus. I've been teaching driver's education about 24 years. And what I noticed over the years, very few people of color actually go through the driver's education program. We want to stop here for 3 seconds. 1001, 1002, 1003. Then I'm looking an inch forward. Always look left and right. Assume that traffic is coming to our left. We have to wait. The main road has right of way. Turn in the nearest lane. People of color, and I'm saying this in general, some people of color wait till they're 18, or a lot of people, a lot of minorities wait until they're 18, 19, 20, or they just drive illegally. How do I know? I was in a program because I understand the elements of opportunity, and we had always want to yield for the yellow. Come up and yield and look. I've stopped, and then I proceed in the nearest lane. The sun is bright. But people of color do not get the same opportunities. And I'm not saying, we need a special program. No, you have to work hard regardless to prepare yourself. There's just not a lot of minorities entered into third-party driver's education programs because I teach it. I've seen a few, less than 5%, I would say. And then that leads to the greater problem of we having unlicensed drivers or drivers with less than 10 years of experience. I want to merge in here. So we have drivers with less than 10 years of experience, many of people of color. And as we know, based on statistics from the state as well as AAA, that 18 to 27-year-old age group, they have the most accidents. And if we break it down, it's going to be males. Now, we know African Americans are a smaller percentage of the total percentage, but for that percentage, it's still too high. We have too many young people dying. So part of my job, my inspiration is to empower all of you. So you're saying, I'm not a person of color, does this not apply? Of course it applies, okay? I help anyone and everyone. And I think it's really important that you set the tone for a broader message. We need to have a national discussion. Whether this is in Houston, Texas, Detroit, Michigan, Los Angeles, California. The NFL draft, and I flew in, was recently here. And we did not see a lot of setups for the HBCUs. Okay, I have a client that plays for Prairie View. We're trying to get him to the NFL. Had great numbers of 4.59, broad jump 10.1, bench press 220, 20 times. So when you see these things, you're saying very few, maybe less than 0.1% are getting drafted from HBCUs, and the client already has his master's in juvenile criminal justice. He just needs an opportunity. So the NFL was there. There were about 28 teams there, but no opportunity to get to rookie minicamp. Now, that still could happen. Look over my shoulder, see me accelerating out. That still could happen. We want to stay away from this truck. So it's just lack of opportunity and awareness. Okay, had another client went to Alabama State and had their electrical engineering degree, had their own business, the electrical business. So there are opportunities out there, but there's just not a lot of driver's education schools, community development schools to help people reach their goal. And we're trying to reach goals. And that's what I tell you all. I need all of you to reach your goals and be successful as you can be, no matter what your opportunity. We can all say, well, my dad's in jail, my mom's on the street, my grandmother raised me. But look at former President Barack Obama. His dad was Nigerian. Yes, he was born in the United States, in Hawaii, and there were some people on the Republican side saying, he's not an American citizen. He is. His mother was from Kansas. You can look it up. His dad was from Nigeria. But part of my journey is to get all of you ready for a bigger opportunity. We have a slowdown, so I'm going to cover my break. The middle lane is the safest, so I'm scanning left and right. You see me looking, and I want to be safe. See cars cutting over. I'm keeping room. We have to make opportunities. I had a chance to come from the city. I had 5 opportunities because I have 5 offers to play college football. And if I can make it, well, less than 0.1%, 1 in over 1.5 million ever get a high school scholarship, and I understand that. And I don't have anything handed to me, okay? And our coach is very instrumental in molding us into young men to help our community, to not be young fathers, and to make good decisions. And my mom and dad were very hard on me to work hard, listen to your teachers, do your best, and be successful. Respect your grandmother, your grandfather. And that message needs to be sent because we have a lost generation of young men and young ladies, not just people of color, but all races, because I talk to you, I talk to your parents, and you leave me messages. I'm going to get over one lane to the left. You see me checking that blind spot. So every time I drive, I always get inspired. I'm looking for people of color. I'm looking for minorities. Women are minorities. And to understand this, you have to be it is a problem because people will get out here and just drive and they're killing themselves. So I see this as a challenge and opportunity. And I think when the NFL draft came to Detroit, which is fresh, they missed the opportunity to get that community engagement. Now, I'm teaching at the college level, high school level. A lot of my students are very critical. They didn't see people who looked like them in the audience. And first I said, we're not talking about black and white, we're talking about green. But then we need to see people like ourselves. I'm on this social media platform. I don't see a lot of instructors talking about community engagement, going to college, getting your high school diploma, entrepreneurship. And I'm not going to take the credit. Gary Vaynerchuk, who I listen to, and one day, Gary, I will meet you, man. I'm going to meet you, baby. He has really motivated me to ignore the negativity of comments and make content, push it on all platforms. And I'm not scared to speak my voice. I'm keeping my space cushion. And it has been a really incredible development of over 365,000 followers and continuing to grow to beat the odds of getting on different platforms. One platform, if you less than 90% ever get to 10,000, I'm almost at 22,000. And I'm giving you a journey every day of going to work, driving in real life traffic, the struggles, teaching adults how to drive, teaching teens how to drive, talking about entrepreneurship, black entrepreneurship, being independent, getting out of your mom's basement, because a lot of you are that 21 to 34, you're not motivated, you may have a child, and I'm not judging you, okay? I'm not judging you. It just makes it more difficult because we're always being evaluated. I'm being evaluated, you're being evaluated. But if you prepare when you're that 15 to about 25, you can have your whole life set. Like the client at Prairie View, he has his master's in juvenile criminal justice. He was on the dean's list. The alumni there has been very supportive, helping him reach and connect on podcasts, helping him meet and instrumental with the Houston Texans. But yet, that one element, and some of you may say, well, he's just not good enough. That could be the case, but he's got a plan B and C. He wants to open a community center to help kids do homework, a safe place to study, a drug-free, gun-free, put down the guns, put down the knives, come in, learn how to read, learn how to write, get yourself prepared. And Google, I'm talking to you. You have programs for education and AI. ChatGPT, I'm talking to you. Reach out to me. Okay, we're missing the mark with people of color. And if we don't have people who are joining the table to talk about AI, and there are a few, but people of color and the people who are creating the AI templates, they're not African American. And you may say, what does this have to do with driver's ed? It has everything to do with driver's ed. Because we are in a global economy and everything blends together. Why didn't the NFL draft experience have a mentoring program to get these young people off the street? Get an ambassador, and I'm in education. Why didn't we have thousands and thousands of schools down there, busing them free, giving them the NFL experience, jerseys, hats, helmets, giving that experience, and linking them up with former NFL players saying, hey, you need to get your grades right. Hey, you need to listen to your mom and dad. Hey, you need to listen to your coach. Hey, you need to quit screwing around. Because I got in trouble one time, and my mom came up to the school, and there's a slow down, so I'm squeezing my brakes real easy. I do not want to get rear-ended. You see me checking my mirror. This car, I don't know what they doing. That's out of pocket, okay? If you've been watching my content, and you have been, and you better, and you need to subscribe. A lot of you are watching, but you're not subscribing because you don't think it's of value. And if you think it's of value, you'll subscribe. But every day you drive, you feel some type of way. You feel good about yourself. Every state is different in terms of the demographics. Okay, and I have a marketing minor, and I've been using it. And social media is a platform to build my brand. I'm a state certified driving instructor in the Midwest. Driver's education can empower people because you don't have to take the bus. You can drive to a downtown area. The jobs are in downtown. The jobs are in the suburbs. The jobs are not in the hood. And then we have seen the mayor transform communities, okay? And I'm just speaking on Mike Duggins because when I flew in, he's transferring. But we still have over 17,000 abandoned homes. We still have failing schools. Man, is that truck on fire? I see smoke. Something's going on. So I'm looking, and you smell something. That diesel could not be operating right. And when you drive, you use your sense of smell, taste, touch, hearing, and sight. So when you're driving, you get a chance to kind of reflect on your life. I wish I would have listened to my marketing teacher in high school. I wish I would have listened to my uncle. I wish I would not have been messing with this girl or this guy. Man, I failed English 9. I failed college writing 2 because I didn't learn how to write in school. Oh, there's definitely smoke. Smells like rubber, burnt rubber, and that could be a problem. So you don't want regrets, and you need to develop the best opportunities for you that resonate with you. And if you don't, you're gonna look back and say, I've done nothing, man. And sometimes you're always a day late and $1 short. And the next draft will be in Green Bay, Wisconsin. And maybe I should go there to feel that, and it's free. It's free. But to see, because Green Bay came to Detroit, Michigan to analyze. Now, Detroit had over 275,000 people day one. They raised over $160 million day one. How do we know? We looked at the analytical research. And I have my clients doing research on the impact of the draft and how it can enhance and change communities of color, businesses, and be a platform to springboard cities. Because a year ago, it was in Las Vegas. Okay? And that's Sin City, if you don't know. It's too far away to drive. A few days ago in the Motor City, Detroit, if you don't know. Eminem, and all of you should know him, he's a businessman. Okay? He's upwards of more than 750 million, almost $1 billion. We've done research. He came and supported his city. Big Sean, because I reached out to him on Instagram. And there are people out here who want to help, but you may not know who to talk to. All of you need to be reaching out to me. I'm covering my break, taking my time. You see me scanning left, middle, right, left, middle, right, left, middle, right. I'm covering my break. I'm taking my time. I'm not getting caught up, but I'm very passionate right now telling you real life. And you need someone like your uncle. I'm your uncle. Uncle, can you come and get me? Let's go out driving in your Z28, a 2024 ZL1, 6-speed. Because I love performance vehicles and I build motors and I race at an organized event. So I'm maintaining the speed. I'm looking left, middle, right. I'm not looking down at the speedometer. A lot of beginners look down. So I'm really trying to keep my eyes up. If you're getting value right now, smash that like. Smash that subscribe. Because you're getting real life. And I wish someone would have talked to me and sat me down. I did have those OGs. Thank you, Robert Forrest. Thank you, Antoine. Thank you, Gilbert, who mentored me. Middle school, high school, early college. They mentored me because I was lost. Yes, my mom and dad helped me, but when you don't see a lot of people like yourself in college, you feel lost. Yes, I graduated with my degree. Yes, a bachelor's degree, interpersonal communications, a minor in marketing. And then got a second degree, history degree, and that master's is in social studies. I maintained a good speed. That blinker was garbage. And that vehicle could tip over. So that's a narrow wheelbase. You see how they're in a hurry? If you're gonna stay in this lane, stay in it and drive. And I maintain the speed. I'm making very small steering movements because you're moving faster. You need to not turn the wheel so much. I had a client out here the other day, they were all over the road turning the wheel too much. You don't need to turn the wheel really a lot. You need to be independent and get your car as soon as possible, your car. A lot of you are being handed a car from your mom and dad, but you don't appreciate it and you treat it like a piece of crap. That's because you don't value anything. And I'm not saying, I'm older than you, but when you're giving something, you really don't appreciate. And that car's in my blind spot to my right. See me looking over my shoulder. So you got to really look. And I'm really trying to stay in an open spot right now and just take my time. You got to look and prepare for situations. Having your resume on Indeed. Having a social media resume on Indeed. Having a plan B. Because layoffs happen. Google laying off. Tesla laying off. But my dad and mom told me, boy, you better have a second gig. You better have a second job. Thanks, Mom and Dad. Your spirit lives on in me. And that's really important that you understand the fundamentals that you have, because you're going to hear your mom and dad's voice every time you drive, every time you go. Look nice, stand up tall, smile, shake their hand, make direct eye contact, be early. Because many times I would leave late driving my Z28 Camaro, which I got right out of college, and I would leave late to go pick up my mom. And my mom would say, why are you 25 minutes late? I don't know, I got caught in traffic. I didn't value what my mother was teaching me. And I was honest, I said, Mom, I'm waking up late. You need to go to bed earlier. But many of you today, Mom, stop talking to me. I wish you would say that to your mom. I will come through this phone right now and tell you about yourself, because you don't respect the family. Right around 25, you're going to start thinking about your mom and dad, and you should be moved out. As soon as I got my college degree and returned home, I moved out. I got my apartment. Well, things are more expensive now. So what? Get a piece of crap car. You don't have to live in some condo in the downtown Chicago area, downtown Detroit. That's expensive. My cousin would do that. Didn't last long. So You got to learn. And then when you have family gatherings, talk to your cousins, talk to your uncles. I have an uncle in Amsterdam. He works for a logistic company. So, and then another niece, she's a doctor in the Cleveland area. I'm squeezing brakes, taking my time, keeping space. I'm driving with a lot of space. I'm being real. What is this? This car's playing. See how they hesitate? They're hesitating. But you see me, I'm looking to the left, looking to the right. I have a lot of eye movement, and that's what you need to be watching. And I'm trying to inspire you to make a change. It's only going to come from you. I still have to put together my digital products for driver's education, for how to start a business, for how to get an athletic scholarship, because I live it. And those things are important because mentorship is important. And being able to connect with people. I have a client down in Texas. Her name is Tammy. Hey, Tammy. I liked her post on Instagram. So what I want to do is connect with Tammy, and we need to do a Zoom. And then we need to go ahead and clip it. And it's talking about female entrepreneurship, black entrepreneurship. And Tammy had brand deals, and Tammy is a professional carpenter. She builds sets for schools and other businesses. She's on social media, and I had a chance to meet her. She's from Detroit, moved out to Texas. So we met several years ago down in California at Vid Summit. I met Mr. Beast. His name is Jimmy Donaldson. He said, you need to work on your thumbnails driving with Miles. He said they were terrible. I said, really, Jimmy? He said, yeah, they suck. So instead of getting mad, and I couldn't get in his face. I'm like 6'4", 6'5". He's like 6. He had a really strong bodyguard. A couple big black guys. I'm just being real, not being racist. And they were like, don't get by him real close. People were trying to hug him and all that. Jimmy was like, stop. So I had my thumbnails ready, and I really learned a lot. And it was in Texas last year. It's going to be in Texas this year. See? And I might try to get there, but I need sponsorship. So there are opportunities, but you just need to network and be able to get there. And I always talk about this. And this type of drive, we have space. And most people are keeping space. I'm losing a little bit of my space cushion. This is the closest I've been in a while. If a car rear-ends me, I'll hit them. That happened to my nephew. He got rear-ended. The back of the car was smashed. The front of the car was smashed. The car was crushed like a cup, like an accordion. And many more people are watching this and responding, leaving comments. Because I'm not here to play with you. I'm not here to waste your time. I'm here to give you real information, to connect with your high school counselor, to connect with your college resource counselor, to talk to your professors. Some professors have that side hustle. They have a business. I have another client, Adaptive Technologies. Here's a shout out. Okay? And some of the clients are putting together business programs. Okay, AI slogans. And this is real. This is building branding. You're learning a skill set. So it's happening every day. We can't sit back anymore. Okay, the days of paper and pencil over. Everything is digital. Okay, and then when I teach, I'm about 85% digital. But you still need to know how to write. And a lot of students, high school, college, don't know how to write. They don't know how to put together a paper. See, I'm being nice, letting them come in and merge in. So you have to be able to put pen to paper, pencil to paper. You have to be able to write. I'm not against AI. We have to learn. See, another car is cutting over. See that random setup? Guess that's why their tailgate is smashed, right? Because that's a dangerous maneuver. But you have to not take it personal. Had a client yesterday. I was picking up some food. Some guy in a Charger got very upset, honked the horn, dun, dun, dun. Cut over to the left, sped out about 70. Karma got him. The kid almost hit a car. So if you act out of pocket, you will get treated out of pocket. And I am not a road rager. But in Texas, they have open carry. So you understand if someone threatens you with the car, hey, I felt threatened. So you really have to think, because road rage incidents, say that real fast. Road rage incidents are up because people don't value life. And I'm trying to get you all to value life, because your life can be taken away just like that, always in an instant. So you have to assume everyone is unstable. They're on medication. They always blame social media. But you're the one opening up that platform and looking at inappropriate things and getting these crazy ideas. But being passionate is one thing. Being stupid is another. Asking for help, getting help. I'm not asking for a handout. I have a skill set. I'm a marketer. I'm an educator. I put together platforms and learning and digital products. And I could do the same for a lot of you. I'm not on Indeed, but I need to be. I'm on Facebook a little bit. I'm on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram. And those are and I have podcasts. Those are the platforms that I have decided to build my brand. And as time goes on, I will continue to scale. So I'm scanning left and right. Most people don't stop at the stop sign. That guy cut over the white line. It's prohibited. And I'm going to keep my space. I have a lot of questions about the solid white line. It's there to discourage you. And this guy, I don't want to hit his door, but I'm not sure. Are they coming in this lane? Are they in the middle? You can't be scared to look at drivers. So I'm going to get out of his blind spot. It's a her, sorry. And you have to look and keep space. And you see me looking and keeping space, because you have to be successful. Failure is not an option. And I have another client that works at Micro Center. I'm shouting out some brand names. And he has a nonprofit. So we want to build something, go into the schools and help people of color go into coding. Okay? And that's huge. And then that AI. So I'm going to get that certification from Google and to make myself more valuable. So this is a crossover. I got to be really careful here. A lot of traffic. And then I have to stop. S-T-O-P. I've stopped. Now I go across. I'm sorry about the bumps in the infrastructure here. We just don't have a lot of money. Speaking of infrastructure, that's one of the failures. The NFL draft can't fix everything. Typically 75 to 180 million. And this is a control person. This brought you value. Follow, subscribe. Bye.